My guest today is Buff Dormeyer, and Buff, I understand you've written a book, Investing with Volume Analysis. Tell me about it.
Well, thank you, Karen. Yes, the book is Investing with Volume Analysis, and what I've tried to do with the book is to try to take a subject that is really underutilized and underappreciated in market analysis, which is volume. Many people focus on price and fundamental analysis, but what many people often neglect is price's sibling, which is volume. And so what we try to do with the book is really cover the subject of volume and understand why that is so important in your investing decisions.
How can investors use volume?
Well, volume is an important piece of information. It represents how many people are participating at any given point in time. And and markets move in trends. And if a market is trending, let's say it's trending higher, that trend needs more and more people willing to participate at ever increasing prices in order for that trend to continue.
So it kind of reflects the, if I could say, herd mentality of the market.
I would like to think of it as opposed to a herd mentality, the fuel of the market. You could kind of compare a market trend and the fuel to maybe a plane in mid-flight. If a plane's flying, it needs, if it's to maintain its flight, it needs to maintain a minimum airspeed. Now, if you want to change the trajectory of that plane, the pilot will change the trajectory, and then he will apply thrust. If that pilot does not apply the thrust, that plane is likely to stall. The same thing could be said with the market trend. If the market starts moving higher and it does not get increased fuel by more investors willing to participate at those higher prices, it's subject to its own correction.
Now, what happens when you go through, say, like the month of August, where a lot of people are on vacation and you don't have the volume? What does that tell you?
Mm-hmm. Well, with a lack of volume, it means that whatever that trend is subject to correction. So in August, the market was trending down, and actually the volume was quite high on the down moves. That means that there was a lot of fear in the marketplace, and many people were looking to sell. But on the preceding rebound, there was not a lot of volume. And so what that told you is it's kind of like playing poker, and there's a tell. And if you know that there isn't volume there, it's a tell of the market that trend, that new trend, is subject for correction.
So, going forward, how can I use volume in my investment decisions?
Well, the easiest way is just to look at the bottom of your chart. You're already looking at price. Now you just need to look at those other bars on the very bottom, which is volume. And if you see the trend of those volume bars moving higher, that tells you that there's indeed participation. And if you see participation, it's more than likely that trend is likely to continue. If you don't see it, then that's giving you a warning sign, or the market's giving you its tell that trend, whatever direction it may be, may be a bluff.
Buff, thanks for stopping by.
Well, thank you.
I've been speaking with Buff Dormeyer. You're watching the MoneyShow.com video network.